मॅम आवाज येत नाहीये तुमचा.
Yeah, sorry, I was not connected with the mobile and that laptop is not capturing the voice. So you were not able to. Sorry and thank you. Okay, I was explaining the cascade aerator. Okay, uh, you might have not understood anything. Cascade aerator, in the cascade aerators allow water to flow in a thin layer down steps. In both the case of the cone tray aerator and the cascade aerator, the waterfalls allow the water to come in contact with air. It looks generally like this. The red color, you can see these are the steps, constructed steps. So when you are constructing this, you can take approximately 3 to 4 steps in each cascade aerator, and each step may have height of 6 inches to 8 inches. That is sufficient. Okay, then this yellow color, you can see I have shown with the yellow color that this is a pipeline through which water will be allowed to rise up to the top of these steps. Then the water will be entered through pressure by using the pressure or the pumps. The water will be rise up to the top, and then slowly with a thin layer it will start falling down from each step, and while falling down from each step it is converting into thin layer, and because of thin layer the atmospheric oxygen coming into contact with the water and getting increase the dissolved oxygen level in water. At the same time, the solar radiations are also passing on these, and hence the killing of bacteria is also getting performed. Okay, killing of bacteria is also getting performed. This entire water will be collected in a tank, and because it is collected in a tank and allowed to remain in a contact with the dissolved oxygen for some time, it is getting dissolved, it is getting uh, uh, further process of oxidation of iron and manganese is also getting done with the cascade aerator. So that's why means in a cascade aerator multiple objectives with respect to aerators are being achieved, and that's why in a water treatment plant usually they are using the cascade aerator. Understood? Understood the function? So here also figure is drawn, but for better understanding, I have drawn one more figure. I hope you understood. May I erase this figure and may I ask you guys to draw the figure provided over here in the slide? Please reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I will erase. Now please draw this figure and write the write up, and then we'll proceed to the next point.
Yeah, received a message from Mansi that she has completed.
Guys, please draw this figure for a second. I will explain later on. Please draw first. Completed? Okay, received message completed. Okay. Here, a coke tray aerator. Coke tray, you can see here the raw water provided. Okay, raw water is provided over here. I will change the color. Raw water is coming through this string and through the holes, or you can say this is a distributing pan, a plate, it will be like this plate. Okay, and water will be allowed to enter to this, and these each plate will have the holes, and through these holes it will be dropped down. The water will be dropped down by the gravity, and will fall down into the next tray. It will be fall down into the next tray. Up to this, there will be no provision of dropping down, but again here it will be provided the dropping down arrangements, that is the holes. But in between these path, there will be arrangement of activated carbon tray or the coke tray. Why should provided the activated carbon tray? Activated charcoal, I told you, activated charcoal is having a tendency to physical phenomena, or it is a surface phenomena. On the surface of activated charcoal, there are it is a porous material. Pores are there, and when water is coming into contact with this activated charcoal, the porous material, in this porosity, the impurities present into water will stuck down into that porosity of activated charcoal, and it will be removed. You can remove this activated charcoal tray from this, the impurity will come out from that water. Okay, so additional arrangement in a coke tray, very specific arrangement. If we have made very advanced treatment processes there, in that case only coke tray aerator is being used, or otherwise commonly the cascade aerator is being used for the treatment of water at the water supply system. Okay, understood how it is functioning? Just simply the water will be allowed to fall down by the gravity through the plates or through the trays which are having opening from the bottom side, and it will be dropped down and it will be stirred on the activated charcoal. And when it is studying on the activated charcoal, the porosity of that activated charcoal will absorb the impurities present into water, and the water will go for the further process. So likewise, 3 to 4 arrangement trays can be arranged in a series, and then water will be get oxygenated completely. The good quantum of oxygen will be dissolved in the water. At the same time, the impurities, fine impurities will also be removed by using the activated carbon. Okay, this is about the coke tray aerator. Okay, then next one method we are going to study is the forced draft aerator. Forced draft aerator. The last type of aerator which we will discuss here, the forced draft aerator, which combines both methods. Which both methods it is going to be combined? It blows air through water which has been broken into the stream, fine stream. The forced draft aerator consists of a series of trays over which raw water runs. Are you getting? I think you are not able to see the names over here. Okay, I will expand that figure size. Let me read first. The forced draft consists of a series of trays. You can see here series of trays. Is my voice clear, guys? I have received one message.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Clear.
Okay, thank you. The forced air draft consists of a series of trays over which raw water runs. Okay. Then as the water comes into end of each tray, it cascades off and falls down to the collecting tray, also known as drip pan. This is the drip pan. I will show the names. At the same time, a fan at the top of the aerator pulls air up through the water. So as small streams of the water falls from the trays, they comes in intimate contact with the strong updraft of air. This type of aerator is most effective in reduction of hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, which are the very odorable gases, highly odorable gases. These two are the highly odorable gases. Now you may be able to see the figure. Forced draft aerator, we can say. Okay, here through these trays, you can allow to flow the water. Okay, and in between that, the air will be blowing. Okay, and when the water is coming up to the end of this tray, it will be falling down. Okay, and it will be collected in a collecting tray, and this water will be a aerated water. Whatever the air we have passed through these two, in between these two trays, forcefully we can pass the air. This air will be coming here into together. Okay, now it should be escaped immediately, because dissolved oxygen is already dissolved in a water in this path. Okay, but when it is will remain here for longer time, it may not allow to enter the new air. So that's why this is need to be escaped out immediately, and that for that purpose a pulling fan is provided over at the top. So this will pull up the air whatever reached over here to this center of this aerator. Okay, and the water will, by gravity, it will drop down into the tank. Okay, so especially when you want to remove the hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, which are the most odorable gases in a water, want to remove, at that time this type of forced air draft aerator can be used. Or otherwise, simply you can remember the cascade aerator. This may you need to construct for the water supply system. Okay, so this is about the forced draft aerator. Draw this figure a little fast and then we'll go to the next point. After drawing figure, I will allow you to complete the write-up which is provided aside. Okay. Now I will display the write-up for you people. You can complete this one. This part is not required. This much.
झालं? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we'll move to the next point. Let me connect my laptop to the charger. Okay. Now we will move to the next point, that is
Settling. Okay. Next topic in your syllabus. You can see sedimentation. Okay. In a sedimentation process, you are going to study plain sedimentation, chemical assisted sedimentation. It's a principal efficiency of an ideal settling basin, settling velocity, types of sedimentation tanks, design of sedimentation tank, introduction and design of tube settler. Okay, this part you are going to study in this third part as a C part of the primary unit, chapter number 2. So we will discuss first the sedimentation. Okay, sedimentation is nothing but, so it is a simple process. It is a simple process of settling the particles present into water. It is a simple process in which particles are going to be settled down at the bottom by reducing the velocity of flow. You can say by reducing the velocity of flow, the particles will be allowed to settle down. Just a second. मोबाइल पण डिस्चार्ज करायला. For the sedimentation, we can say it is a solid separation theory. Okay, in this sedimentation, there is a removal of suspended particles, and by using the gravitational settling. Okay, by using the gravitational flow. In a tank, you can take a water, and amount of water will be allowed to settle down for some time. Means we are permitting to settle down the solids. There are 3 types of solids. In yesterday's lecture, first chapter, I told you there are 3 types of solids. What are these 3 types of solids? First type is the suspended solids. Okay, yes, you can say. Then dissolved solids, and then total solids. Some of these is the total solid. Again, suspended solid divided into 2 types. One is the settlable suspended solids. It is a settlable suspended solids and non-settlable suspended solids. So these suspended solids, settlable suspended solids and non-settlable suspended solids. In a topic of settling process or solid separation theory or sedimentation, we are going to discuss about the settlable suspended solids and non-settlable suspended solids. Okay, so we can say simply we can talk about the suspended solids. In a sedimentation, there are 2 methods. First one is the plain sedimentation. Okay, let me check whether I have added the figures of the plain sedimentation or not. I have started discrete particle settling and then horizontal types of settling. Okay, we'll cover, no problem. Okay, I will explain